My aim in life is now to heal sick patients and prevent cancers, heart disease, and other health issues. I tell you what, if you'll lose the concept of diseases and understand the simplicity of fluids, pHs, and that sort of thing, you'll get it a lot better. You'll get it better if you take a little biochemistry and then realize where the point comes, where theories come in, and just get a little basis there. Botany, plants, herbs, that's where it's at. Naturopathic medicine, not so much sure that's where it's at. It would be true if they didn't get so far off in isolates, because there's coming a world where they're going to control isolates. Well, that could be an argument by many, but the herbs are God-given. That's going to be a bigger fight. I am also aware, once a doctor, there are many opportunities to keep learning and take further degrees. Oh, you can keep learning all you want. Like I said, that's how I used to be. I've got, what out there, 7, 8 degrees, but I can tell you that I've got 5 more, 6 more sitting around here I haven't completed, or distance learning degrees that I think are top-notch. I wanted to finish Mary Gladstar's course. I wanted to finish the PhD course offered by the natural hygienic people. That, by far, is one of the best degrees I've seen. I've been reading through the books. The thing is, the prints are so small, but to get that much knowledge packed in a coursework, but it's so small, it's hard for me to read. And but it's loaded with chemistry and all the good stuff. And there's dissertations by Fries and all the good guys. Your advice, whether this is a great PhD to start out with, a foundation to build on. The problem is, if you spend too many years trying to gain information that's mostly wrong, then it's wasting your time, and you're going to feel that when it's over. I would think more relative, things that are more relative to true naturopathy and what's really going on here. So that would be botanicals, and diets are okay, but you're not going to learn this level, I don't think, unless you get into a naturopathic school or something that teaches raw foods and stuff. And even a lot of the naturopathic schools don't teach raw foods. I mean, I didn't learn all raw foods in Brant Ridge. I was a raw foodist already. That I learned probably from the natural hygienic people. I know maybe even Arnold Ehret was one of the first books I read. Arnold Ehret could have been. I know Brant's Grape Cure was one of the first ones too. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time on the planet the way I see things coming. And so if I was you, I would spend that relative to what I need and growth. And that's how I like education. You'll have plenty of people and clients to work with because the whole world is sick. So spending your time getting relative information. People like degrees, though, but sometimes the doctor name is a curse. So I would head off and get my botanicals, learn about them, and get savvy with that. You already know nutrition. Get as much as you can. Take what you can use out of that which is wrong or that which is propaganda. Just study all the old greats. There's so many great books of the old greats that tore it apart like that. See, the new kids on the block, they don't tear it apart as much. These old guys, they were chemists and stuff. They have, I mean, I have so many charts of all the chemistries of all the foods and stuff. It's like, but if you pack that in there, it's going to affect your spirituality. And that's the thing. If you pack the mind full, you'll be empty. But if you fill yourself full, then your mind can learn, and it can be used as a proper tool and not be the foundation of all the knowledge you think you'll need, because there will always be something else, and there will always be something different, and it just goes that way. And then you have the chance of getting off point and then lose your ability to help others. So focus is better, and enjoying your next years. Going to a school where you're learning a lot of misinformation is not what I call. But it's up to you. You're going to have fun, whatever. Just keep in mind when you're learning propaganda, sift through what's good and bad. Thank you ever so much for your time. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you so much. And I'm going to have to pull off of here. Aloha from OAHU Drive. How do you pronounce that there? Carlos. Hey, man. I want to thank you for keeping me educated on your, thank you, man. Well, thanks for you getting educated. I mean, you guys are putting in the effort. I am too. And that makes us bonded. We're friends, and we're a team. So I like to think in forms of that. More powerful is a team, and learning and growing and helping others. Yeah, absolutely. Making those herbal tinctures. Thank you. I really enjoy watching your videos, and I am looking to work on hopefully getting rid of my ADD. Yeah, keep working with the upper circ, brain, and nerve. But remember, adrenals, 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 and clean up the gut in case you have stomach issues affecting the autonomic, the sympathetic. Again, so cleaning up the bowels, cleaning up the adrenals, getting those adrenals up, neurotransmitters up, myelin sheaths up, blah, 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 brain and nerve, get the central nervous system up, and you have got to get any neurotoxins you got out of you, whether they're from vaccines or whatever, and bring your nervous system up, and you will get out of this. It comes to concentration, socializing, oh yeah, I know all of that. Sleepless nights and stuff, I'll tell you this, if you're up in the CNS, hit the pineal gland. The only thing I know to hit the pineal gland with berries or with the glandulars. But again, this is all going, working with the nervous systems, getting the adrenals up. I can tell you, strengthen, clean and strengthen, clean and strengthen, clean and strengthen. The two words that mean everything to wellness. Clean and strengthen, clean and strengthen. And also in spirituality as well, Cleaning means get rid of thoughts, get rid of emotions, live in the now, strengthen, surrender. 1 and 2 along with upper, yeah, definitely. Gets 1 and 2 along with upper and lower circulation. Well, upper for sure, and definitely you want the brain and nerve. Definitely you want the new brain and nerve formula. It's just part of that whole thing. Also, Doc, my mom has a cat who has suffered from a fungus called Asparagus, and because of this, she has an open wound in one of her frontal limbs with pus coming out. You see all that pus coming out of that wound? That's that cat's lymph system. Cat being predominantly carnivores have a gnarly way to go. I kind of feel for their karma. But you're going to have to use some herbs to clean her lymph system up and her kidneys. So just do the same thing. Get a little kidney and lymphatic 1, kidney 1, lymphatic 1. Say 6 drops, maybe 3 times a day, at the most 6 drops, maybe even three drops maybe to start with, twice or 3 times a day. Start detoxifying your cat, and it'll clean that lymph out, and that pus, well, then it'll heal. Can't heal because her lymph system's too bad. And I love you, Carlos. Thank you, my friend. Let me know about your mom's cat. See if we can't get that cat back into a state of health. Shouldn't be a problem for you. But again, kidney 1, lymphatic 1, about 3 to 4 drops, maybe 2. Start with 2, 3 times a day, and just clean that lymph system. I go through a little detox, mucus from the snout, so to speak. But then, good. Thank you, Dan. Vernon, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I've written recently, but I've needed some advice. I'm a 22-year-old man, 6'1". All right, I have eczema, faintness. Faintness. So faintness would be up here there, Dan. Eczema, wherever that is, that's the lymph. Candida, of course, you're going to grow that in this whole mix. Slow digestion issues. Now, could be thyroid. Low thyroid slows digestion. That's a slow oxidizer. But at the same time, could be a little gallbladder, pancreas. You're 22 years old, so you got beat up. You're 6'1", so your pituitary's involved. So you've got congestion up in the head area. Well, that would fit up here in the faintness. I have had EBV for quite a long time, probably about 8 months. I've been 100% raw with high fruit for 2 months, good man, and have done grape fast. Oh, this guy's kicking butt. I usually feel very faint, but yesterday I actually fainted. All right, so here's another thing. Oh, man, he went to the hospital, too. Well, you have to look at a couple things, blood sugar and blood pressure. With the adrenals, your blood sugar could be dumping out, and with your blood pressure, you could be dumping real low. You see, do you have advice on keeping my BP up? That's what I thought. All right, that's your adrenals. So, this is an adrenal glandular thing. I really would. When you're that chronic in the adrenals at 22, we're seeing so much chronic adrenals. Sounds like you're kind of in there, man. Well, you have to do licorice root at least, But also, I would do like adrenal 160s, get up there 2-3 times a day or more, because you have to support your adrenals, or you're going to keep going down. And this is the problem we're all facing on. I want you all know this on YouTube. Dan's just showing us a very common problem that we're having, and that is real weak adrenals and therefore bottoming out blood pressures and blood sugars. And sometimes that faintness isn't from the cerebellum, it's from low blood sugar and low blood pressure. So getting kind of used to that sort of thinking, most people are going to have that. High blood sugar and blood pressure is really low blood sugar and blood pressure, and it's just all about kidneys and adrenals, except for maybe type 1, and that's if it's not a neurological type 1, then we actually have something going on in the pancreas. Should I be getting more sodium? No, but you should be eating more fruits and berries and melons more often. I'd suggest you eat as much as you feel like eating. Walk away. Everybody should pull away from a meal already a little hungry. You should never pull away from a meal stuffed. I hate that, just no matter what it is. And you notice with the raw, you fill up much quicker. You can eat 2 or 3 times the cooked food as you can the raw food, right? Absolutely. Remember, I was in a Chinese restaurant with my friends, and I ordered raw chow mein, and I had a huge, huge bowl of raw chow mein, and theirs were all cooked down to hardly nothing. I could only eat 1/4 of mine, and they ate all theirs up. But when it's raw, much more nutrition and power and energy. Don't need to eat as much. But more often would be good. Support those adrenal glands, my man. That's sad. Do you have any advice to keep my blood pressure up? Could I be getting more sodium? I have some celery, and it might make you feel better. Well, you could dump some celery in with your juices. You might have to do something like that for a while until you can get your adrenals to control your sodium and potassium better. This is about your adrenals. You know, and a big part of this, you're reaching up in the head area, no question, though, with the pituitary and stuff, but this has a lot to do with adrenals and kidneys. I'm on parasitism, lymph 1, lymph nodes 1, good. Endocrine glands, stomach and bowel, pancreas, heal all, and 2 glandulars from standard process. I've also gone from 195 pounds to 158. Well, kick up the standard process. If you're on anything for the adrenals, kick it up another notch. And if you might have to add licorice root to your protocol there to keep your adrenals up. And if that isn't doing it, you got to take a pituitary glandular, because that's already an issue here, I see. So you might have to kick up the pituitary a little bit. It could be sitting down on the adrenals, and no matter what you do with the adrenals, they're sitting there because the pituitary is not letting them do it. So it's something to think about. Keep that in the back of your mind there. Having trouble enough causing bloating. Well, again, you're probably malabsorbed a little bit. Remember, this lymph system is systemic, so typical problems that we have is the gut, and then a little liver, hepatic, pancreatic. My blood sugar is also all over the place. I expect that. Adrenals. Last night I eat mostly fruit, but would you suggest staying away from carrots because they are somewhat starchy? Yeah, carrots. Remember, that used to be the day. The day used to be carrot juice fast. Well, let me tell you. You guys did. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Is it off?
No.
Okay.
I'm finishing, though.
Can you turn it off?
No, wait. Can't turn it off.
You look so cute in there like that.
I got next one up?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes. I got to close house.
Okay, and I got a question for you before you do.
Oh, is that in person or on the phone?
In person.
Oh, good. So just hang tight. I just want to close up, and then we'll be good.
Have a receipt. Got it.
Sit here if you want. But, all right, so you see the toll bells. She's going to turn that off. They get pretty, you know,